Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Danbury Library. We're so happy you could join us on this beautiful September morning. We're very excited to share with you our virtual meet and greet with Connecticut's Kid Governor, Myra Stanfield. She's from West Hartford, and she lives there with her 2 rescue dogs and her 2 rescue cats. Myra's platform, as you can guess, is towards animals and companion animals and doing all we can to help them out. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that it is September, Library Card Sign-Up Month, and we are having our Beanstack Challenge. So for both new and current library card holders, you can go on to our website at danburylibrary.org and start the challenge by registering your library card, and one lucky winner will win an iPad. All right, so before we get started, I also wanted to mention that later on in the program, we will be joined by Dawes volunteer, Michelle. She's been at Dawes for over 10 years and is going to talk a little bit about what kids in Danbury can do to help the animals there. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Brian Cofrancisco. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Derrickle. Thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thank
you in the library hosting Myra.
Thank you.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Cofrancisco. I work for the Connecticut Democracy Center at Connecticut's Old State House in Hartford. And our organization provides a lifetime pathway to active citizenship and the tools to take civic action. And one of the primary ways that we do this is through our Kid Governor program. So if you're not familiar with Kid Governor, it is a statewide civics program that teaches 5th graders all about how state government and elections work, and how they can make a difference in their own communities through a real election for a kid governor. We believe that every one of us, no matter how old we are, can make a difference, and Kid Governor empowers our state's 5th graders to change the world. Kid Governor is a free program, and I hope that 5th grade teachers, 5th grade students, or parents who are watching today will talk to their local teachers and encourage them to participate in the election this fall. The next Kid Governor could be from your school or from Danbury. You can learn more about Kid Governor on our website, ct.kidgovernor.org. And adults, you can follow us on social media, Connecticut's Kid Governor, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Today, you will get to meet your 2020 Connecticut's Kid Governor, Myra Stanfield. Myra was elected last November by thousands of 5th graders from all across our state, and she's in the middle of a 1-year term as your Kid Governor. As Ms. Derrickle said, she ran on a platform of standing up for animals in need. She will tell you about her platform, her work as Kid Governor, fun experiences that she has had, and how you can help her stand up for animals. Even with the quarantine during the pandemic, Myra has remained very active, doing a lot of her work and appearances virtually. Today's program is part of her statewide library circuit, and she is visiting 6 libraries this month to raise awareness of her platform. She is so excited to be talking with all of you that are tuning in from Danbury and other parts of the state. Throughout today's program, I hope you will share your questions for Myra in the chat, and we will do our best to have her answer them during our Q&A segment towards the end. And without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce your 2020 Connecticut's Kid Governor, Myra Stanfield.
Hello, thank you so much, Ms. Derrickle and the Danbury Public Library for hosting me today. I am really excited to get to speak to kids and adults in Danbury. My name is Myra Stanfield, and I'm your 2020 Connecticut's Kid Governor. I was elected as Kid Governor last fall while I was a 5th grader at Norfolk Elementary School in West Hartford. I am now a 6th grader at King Philip Middle School in West Hartford, Connecticut. When 5th graders run to be Connecticut's Kid Governor, they need to choose a community issue that they want to work on if elected. I ran for Kid Governor on the platform of standing up for animals in need because I think that all animals deserve protection and loving homes. I'm nearing the end of my 1-year term as Kid Governor, and I've had a very busy year, even with distance learning during the pandemic. I'm excited to talk with you today about my platform, what I've achieved during my term, and how you can support my campaign. As I said before, I chose the platform of standing up for animals in need because I think animals deserve more care than they're getting. Many people take advantage of animals, and I don't think it's fair to them to do so. I want to minimize animal abuse in our state and in other places as well. I also hope to get more shelter pets adopted. I want them to find loving homes like so many other lucky dogs, cats, and more have. When running for Kid Governor, you also have to create a 3-point platform with ways that other kids can support your platform and make a difference on your community issue if you are elected. My 3-point plan was designed to support my Standing Up for Animals in Need platform. My first point is to inform and educate kids about companion animals in need and how they can help these animals. My goal was to raise awareness of many animals in need in our state and of animal cruelty. My second point was to encourage collections and donations for local animal shelters to make shelter pets feel more loved. My goal is for students and others to donate to shelters in their communities and help them out as much as possible. And my final point is to hold a statewide adoption event to try and get as many pets adopted as possible. I'm so grateful to have accomplished my 3-point plan, and I'm also extremely grateful to those who have donated, adopted, or fostered a pet in support of my platform. I will now tell you more about how I've achieved each of my platform points. To accomplish my first point, focused on informing and educating kids about animals in need, I decided to record an educational video. I interviewed Ashley Marshall from the Connecticut Humane Society, who you can see in this picture, all about animal shelters and how they help pets. We did the interview in my office at Connecticut's Old State House in Hartford. It was really fun to work with her. She had really interesting things to say. When I went with Miss Marshall to the Humane Society in Newington, I got to meet lots of pets available for adoption and fell in love with Mateo the Chihuahua, who you can see on the screen. My family and I ended up adopting him, and now he has a loving home with us in West Hartford. In the end, my friends at the Connecticut Democracy Center at Connecticut's Old State House and I released 4 videos of our interview. The first is on why animal shelters are important. The second is about how shelters care for animals. The third is on what you need to know about animal adoption. And the fourth is about how you can help animals in need. I'm excited to show you one of these videos today. We are going to watch the 4th video in the series, How You Can Help Animals in Need.
Hello, I'm your 2020 Connecticut's Kid Governor, Myra Stanfield, and I'm here interviewing Ashley Marshall from the Connecticut Humane Society about companion animals in shelters. Thank you so much for being here today, Ms. Marshall.
Thank you for having me, Myra.
Where do shelters get their funding, and do you rely on public donations?
So every shelter and rescue organization is different in where they get their funding from. CHS, we rely on private donations from the public. We're not associated with any government agencies, so the state of Connecticut doesn't give us any money, and neither does the federal government. And we're also not associated with any national organizations like the Humane Society of the United States or the ASPCA. We're a private nonprofit organization, so all of our donations come from the public, and all of those donations 100% go to the pets.
What other types of donations do shelters accept?
So most shelters accept monetary donations, but we also accept lots of supplies. So we have a wish list on our website, and it tells the most needed items. So a lot of the times that's cat litter for our cats, toys, bones, food is always an important one. Lots of types of food are needed. And then not forgetting our small animals. So they need toys and treats just like our big guys. So those are always good things to donate.
What can kids in schools do to help and support their local humane societies and shelters?
So there's a variety of things that students can do. You do have to be 18 to volunteer in the shelter at the Connecticut Humane Society. There's other organizations where that is different, but at our locations you have to be 18. So volunteering outside of the shelter, whether that be hosting a supply drive, so collecting toys, food, cat litter, are great ways in your school to kind of get involved, and then either dropping those off or picking them up. And then you can also do a fundraiser. So a school dance, which you did, is a great way to raise money for the pets. You can also do like a pajama day and have students pay $1 or $2 to wear their favorite pajamas to school, and that money can support the pets. And then also we have craft projects on our website. So making cat scratchers at home, or dog beds, or pet bandanas. And then you can also do a lemonade stand. So in the summer we do a lemonade stand challenge, and you can have a lemonade stand in support of the pets.
Thank you again for coming here today to answer all of my questions, and thank you guys for doing your part to stand up for animals in need.
I hope you enjoyed the video. There are 3 others, and they have really important information about helping animals. I hope you will go to ct.kidgovernor.org to watch them. Please share them with your friends, family, and other kids you know. My second point is all about encouraging collections and donations for local animal shelters. I really wanted my fellow 5th graders to help animal organizations in their communities. In my own school, we had a dance for the 5th graders. We raised $700 in total, and it was also super fun. I also partnered with Department of Children and Families, Paws for Kids, and Connecticut Family Day to have a poster contest. The contest was all about what kids and their families can do to help animals in need in our communities and show them kindness. The winning design on the screen was submitted by Braylon Paddock from Center School in East Hampton. We loved her super colorful design, and she did a great job portraying the message we wanted to send. It will be used to encourage people all across Connecticut to help animals and support their local shelters. Braylon and the 12 statewide runner-ups will be recognized at Connecticut Family Day in a few weeks. Although students were not in school in the spring and could not hold collection drives, I still encourage supporting local shelters through my educational videos, blog, and virtual meetings. It has been great to hear how so many people are making donations and helping to make shelter pets feel loved. Donations to shelters are really needed during this time. Even a small amount would be greatly appreciated. Most shelters will accept food, cleaning supplies, treats, litter, and more. I hope you will contact your local shelter or humane society to see what items they need. They will also accept money to purchase items that they need if you would like to contribute. My third point is to hold a statewide pet adoption event to help lots of pets find their forever homes. We weren't sure if an adoption event was going to be possible because of the pandemic, but we found a creative way to do it. We were able to have a live virtual pet adoption meet and greet. We held it at the end of August on the Connecticut's Kid Governor Facebook page and YouTube channel. Thousands of people watched, and a bunch of pets were adopted, and I'm so grateful to the people who gave the pets a loving home. I also want to thank all of the organizations who participated: the Connecticut Humane Society, Connecticut Cat Connection, Friends of the New Haven Animal Shelter, Dog Star Rescue, and Pack Leaders Rescue all participated and introduced the animals that they had up for adoption. I'm also extremely grateful to Mr. Francesco of the Kid Governor program and NBC Connecticut Telemundo for helping pull everything together and making the event an amazing day for everyone. If you would like to watch the virtual pet adoption meet and greet and see some really cute animals, you can go to youtube.com/Connecticut's Kid Governor for a recording. My term as Kid Governor has been awesome and totally different than expected. I'd like to tell you about the friends I've made, the places I've been, and the amazing opportunities that I've gotten. As Kid Governor, I have a cabinet. You can see pictures of my cabinet on the screen. There are all the runner-ups for Kid Governor and have become awesome friends. We get to support each other on our platforms, have fun, and also discuss all sorts of interesting things. And we get to learn more about each other. The cabinet consists of 6 other students. If you look at our group picture on the right, I will introduce them to you left to right. Daisy is from Windsor and is helping us clean the earth. Her platform is focused on how we can minimize pollution. She was active during the quarantine, encouraging kids to plant trees for Earth Day. Derek is from Southington and is working to improve the lives of children who are homeless during the quarantine. He coordinated a food drive in his neighborhood to support people who are homeless in his community. Ariana is from Meriden, and her platform is focused on improving mental health and preventing suicide. During the quarantine, she wrote blog posts and taught kids how they could take care of their own mental health. Kylie is from Stonington, and her platform is about trying to minimize electric and technology use. During the quarantine, while students were spending a lot of time on devices, she made a video with suggestions for activities and games that don't involve technology. Lucy is from Toland. She has a very important platform focused on trying to bring more diversity into schools and sports. And Dwayne, who's from Windsor, is working on how we can help children with autism and other disabilities in schools. Diversity is a huge part of our cabinet. We all look different and act different, but we're all friends and we support each other on our campaign issues. When we have the privilege of meeting throughout the year to discuss what we have been doing to support our platforms. These are our cabinet meetings. They are really fun. We met in person before the pandemic and also had an online cabinet meeting. If you would like to learn about the cabinet and their platforms, you can visit ct.kidgovernor.org for more information. In January, the Connecticut Democracy Center held my official inauguration as Kid Governor at Connecticut's Old State House. It was an amazing event and so many people were there to congratulate me and make me feel so special. In the top left photo are some elected officials who attended the event, including State Treasurer Sean Wooden, Governor Ned Lamont, Lieutenant Governor Susan Beiselitz, and Secretary of State Denise Merrill. The 6 members of my cabinet and all of our classes were there too, over 200 people in all. Secretary of State Denise Merrill gave me the official Kid Governor's oath of office, as you can see in the top right photo. After my official inauguration, all of the students broke into groups to explore the Old State House and meet people who actually work in the 3 branches of government. I was one of the representatives of the executive branch, and I met all of the students in my office. It was such a memorable day for all of the students and for me too. Here are some more photos of the Kid Governor's office at the Old State House. It is located in the old governor's office, which was used by Connecticut's adult governor in the 1800s. The Kid Governor's cabinet has the cabinet's conference table in the middle where the cabinet meets, the Kid Governor's desk, a bookcase with civic books and photographs from my term, and the Hall of Kid Governors with all of the previous Kid Governors' portraits. There's also an activity in the Kid Governor's office about my platform. We asked visitors to the museum to write how they can show kindness towards animals. We have received some great responses, and I'm going to ask you the same question later in today's program. I was really happy to be invited to speak at the Connecticut Association of Schools Elementary Arts Banquet held at the AquaTurf. The event celebrated different students my age who excel as artists. It was a super fun event, and I got to meet all sorts of talented students and spread word about the Kid Governor program. I was also invited to speak to all of the students, their parents, and their teachers, and promote my poster contest. It was a huge honor to attend and speak, and I'm so glad that I got the chance to meet everyone there. The event was super fun. One of my first appearances as Kid Governor was the opening of Connecticut General Assembly. That is the first day that the legislative branch meets to begin the process of making laws. My cabinet was invited to join me at the state capitol in Hartford, and Derek, Ariana, and Lucy were able to join. We got to watch the opening ceremony of the House of Representatives right from the floor of the House chamber. The 4 of us were introduced to all of the representatives, and we received a standing ovation. We also got to be in the room when Governor Lamont gave the State of the State address, telling elected officials and the people of Connecticut about his goals for the year. After the opening sessions, we had a private meeting with Lieutenant Governor Susan Weissowitz. She was so friendly and so nice. She talked to us about female leaders of Connecticut, her experience as an elected official, and about our individual platforms. She also took the time to answer all of our questions. It was a very memorable day and I had a lot of fun to see state government in action. I was really honored when Senator Blumenthal invited me to attend his virtual meeting to discuss animal welfare. It was a huge honor and I'm so grateful to have been there. I got to learn about what people across Connecticut are doing to help animals in our state, particularly during the pandemic. It was really inspiring to see everybody working together to help prevent animal cruelty and support pets in need. I hope you will all visit and subscribe to my blog. My blog is a place where I can update you guys on what I've been doing during my term and what I hope to accomplish. I've written posts about meetings I've had, my interviews with the Connecticut Humane Society, and how you can support animals in need during the pandemic. The members of my cabinet have also written blog posts about what they're up to, and you can support their work. You can find my blog posts at ctkgmyra.blogspot.com. Now that I've told you about my platform, I want to hear from you with your questions. I'm going to invite Mr. C back on screen for a question and answer session. Mr. C, do we have any questions from the people watching the program from home?
Hi, Myra. Yes, we do have a few questions this morning. So the first one says, I saw your new dog, Mateo, on Kids Connection. How is he?
He's doing well, thank you so much. He's settled into our home very nicely, and he's enjoying time with our dog, Oliver, and our cats, Celia and Coco.
Excellent. Next question was, who was your favorite elected official to meet?
I think it's hard to pick a favorite. They were all really interesting, and they had lots of awesome things to say. But I really loved meeting Governor Ned Lamont and Lieutenant Governor Susan Weissowitz. They were really bold, and they had, so many important things to say, and I was really inspired by both of them.
So your next question is, I read that there were kid governors in other states. Do you talk with them?
Yes, I had a virtual meeting with both of them, Susie and Raja from New Hampshire and Oregon.
Excellent. Next question. What inspired you to run for kid governor?
I think really mostly Ella and the 5th grader in our state who was in last year's kid governor cabinet, Eva Greenspan. They were really interesting. They're super nice, and I love both of them. They're amazing friends.
Let's see. Do you want to run for office again when you're older?
I'm not quite sure yet. I may not.
Okay. Do you think the pandemic led to new opportunities for you as kid governor?
Most definitely. I got to meet the other kid governors, and I got to attend, as I said, Senator Blumenthal's virtual meeting. And I've gotten so many amazing opportunities that I would not have had if we were without COVID.
Great answer. And you've been so active during this, so it's very clear how you've taken advantage of this difficult time to try to still reach your constituents and make a difference on your platform. So congratulations to you, Myra, for doing so much, even during the pandemic.
Thank you.
And I believe this is our last question. What is one piece of advice you would give to the next kid governor?
I think it's really important to find a community issue that you really care about and you want it to be fixed, something that you're really passionate about. And I think it's also important to be yourself. Yeah.
Excellent. Great. That is the last of our questions. So I will pass it back to you.
Thank you, Mr. C, and thank you to everyone for submitting those great questions. Now I want to lead an activity for everyone attending the program from home. At my inauguration, we created an activity for people who visit my office at Connecticut's Old State House. We provided pencils and cards like this one. And they ask, how can you and your family show kindness to companion animals in your home or shelters? The students and adults who attended my inauguration had the chance to write down their answers, and people who visit the Old State House gave their suggestions as well. I would like to read some of those responses, but before I do, I'd love to hear from you. Please tell us in the comments how you can show kindness to animals either in your home or in a local animal shelter, and I will share them. While you are thinking and submitting your answers, I'd like to introduce Michelle Messimer, a volunteer at the Danbury Animal Welfare Society. Ms. Messimer is going to talk a little bit about how her organization helps animals in the Danbury area. Thank you for being here, Ms. Messimer.
Thank you. You're welcome. It's a pleasure to be here working with you. I'm going to start off first by showing you some of the animals that Danbury has rescued. It's only going to be a second because they're not cooperating, but these are 2 of the 4 little kittens currently in my house who will soon be up for adoption at the Danbury Animal Welfare Society. And they came to us from a Good Samaritan in the Danbury area who found them and their 2 siblings when they were just about a week old, and they didn't have a mom. And she brought them to us so we could bottle feed them and raise them, and they're doing well. So that's one of the good deeds we do for the Danbury area animals. And fostering is a way that children can participate. They would, of course, need their parents' permission, but we foster puppies and kittens, and you would be able to have them in your home and play with them and make them available to other loving homes when they were ready. So that's one way children can help. Another way is the donations that you spoke of. Some children like to make blankets for the animals in the winter and donate food, as you said, and toys and items. We're at the moment not taking any too soft things because of the pandemic. Of course, if you're making them in your home, and that's a different story, but we're not taking anything just left on the doorstep. We are a not-for-profit organization, and all of our good deeds are provided to the Danbury animal residents through the good deed donations that you all send us. So we really like to work with the community. Pre-COVID, we did tours of the facility for the children. And if anybody would like to have a virtual tour, I would be happy to arrange that. We would be happy to talk to anybody about what we do. You can email us at daws.org, and you can also call the shelter. We rescue local animals, and we do sometimes get animals from out of state too. The dogs most likely come from out of state, but the cats are local. And if you would like to learn more about how you can help, we'd be happy to do it, like it says on the screen. And if you have questions or would like to learn about what to do, if you find little kittens outside, many times they actually have a mom. So picking them up and bringing them to a shelter is not always the best course of action, but letting us know they're there so that we can be sure a mom is taking care of them is. And if anybody has any other questions, please reach out. We're going to do a bunch of virtual events this year as fundraisers because, again, we're a nonprofit. So we need donations. We're going to have a virtual 5K if anybody would like to participate, a virtual gala. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you'd like to follow us there. We have a newsletter you can sign up for on the website, and then you can volunteer. You do need to be 18 in order to actually work hands-on with the animals. But like I said, if you foster with your parents' help and permission, that's a way to be a little bit more hands-on at a younger age.
Thank you, Ms. Messimer. It sounds like your organization is really helping animals a lot.
Thank you. We try.
And it also sounds like you have some very fun events coming up, and I hope somebody adopts those adorable kittens.
Thanks.
Here are some of the suggestions for showing kindness to animals from people who did the activity in my office at Connecticut's Old State House. Then I will read some of your responses from home. Alina from Glastonbury suggested feeding my fish, playing with dogs and cats, and not to tap on the glass at zoos, and also to take good care of my pets. Eliza from Stonington says you should adopt animals instead of buying them. Also, you can volunteer and or donate to animal shelters. And Yangel from Meriden says that you can donate toys to help animals in shelters feel more comfortable. Here are some of the ideas for showing kindness that have been submitted by viewers today. Starting a fundraiser for animal items to donate, volunteering at an animal shelter and donating supplies, when getting a pet, adopting them from a rescue or shelter, by giving them food and making them feel comfortable, and to helping stray and missing pets find their owners and to stay safe. And that is it for today's Library Circuit program. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight and learning about my Standing Up for Animals in Need platform. It was a lot of fun to visit Danbury virtually, and thank you to Miss Derrickle and Miss Messimer and the Danbury Public Library for hosting me.